Oh, there it goes. All right, we are on again. We just had my classmate Terry Glenn on, and now we are going to talk to Mr. Trenton Samuel, who is with Social Media Investors. He has a lot of things to talk about. Wonderful, wonderful gentleman, full of a lot of ambition and a lot of life. So we are going to bring him on. So let's see. Yeah, play it. Hey, James.
Look, I'm opening up, coming 10 times harder, and I'm feeling
You're the one that got me into this, Mr. James Cannon.
And we fearing only who we gotta fear. That's God. I love him so much, cause we out here eating, and he bless us with a dollar bill. We trying to get up on the road for the buck, so we could put the team on the bus and have a family get lit with us. And big I trust, and Pac I trust. All my prayers that be real.
That's Lucky. That's my son Luck.
So all the haters that be hating too much, listen up, we blocking out whoever hate on us, but at least they know us. I'm trying to get some of that
Teresa?
above that weight on us. I'm doing what I gotta do for the pie. Got a piece and I'm moving on up.
Oh my. All right, that was my son Lucky. Love you, Luck. And we are waiting for Mr. Trenton Samuel to come on. We are going to talk to him. Trenton, where are you? Let's see.
No, you see?
No.
Look in your
Do I?
friend.
Huh?
Friend.
Just add plus. Just go plus. Big ups to Fred Long, Matthew, Maddie. Oh, there he is.
Okay, so he's ready.
No. Search.
No,
Trenton.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, there he is.
Good. Why you frighten me like? Invites in.
All right, we just invited him. Hey, James, I love you, cousin. James Cannon is the one that has me doing this Facebook Live stuff. Trenton, is that? Yeah, I sent it. I sent it to you, Trent. You there?
You just need to accept it.
Trent?
Yeah, it's watching.
Thank you, James. I love you, man. I love you. You complete
Bring
me.
one, can't bring Trenton and Karen.
Why not?
Can't join broadcast at this time.
What? It's saying I can't bring you on, Trent. That is not good, ladies and gentlemen. It's saying that I can't bring you on. Why do they do that sometimes? Why do they
Trenton.
Yeah, he wants to what?
Bring him on. Karen.
Oh, minded. What's up, Roderick? Trenton. What's up, man?
Look, I'm opening up, coming 10
That's my son. That's my little intro.
Terry, thank you for. Tony, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
You can?
Yeah, you're upside down. You're upside down. What's up, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was able to talk to my classmate, alumni, Terry Glenn. He had some really good, valuable things he was sharing for the San Diego community, for Lincoln High School down in San Diego. Do you visit?
Wow.
Do you visit San Diego?
Yeah. I haven't visited San Diego in maybe like 2 years, but I love that area.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. It's Terry Glenn Robinson. Just request him as a friend, and he's doing some really great things down there. Has a lot of connections down there. So
It was really exciting to see, like, as soon as I joined in, he was talking about some topics that, has been on my brain recently. So I was really happy. I'm going to shoot him over a friend request and definitely connect him, add him to my circle.
Yes, please do. He's wonderful. Yeah, just like you. So,
Appreciate you. You're not so bad yourself.
Huh?
I said you're not too bad yourself.
Oh, thank you, Trenton. Do you want to give any shout outs, or do you want to do anything before we talk?
Yeah, I'm happy. I want to shout you out. Definitely want to start off shouting you out. Thank you for inviting me to do this interview and be a mentor of some sort and share my expertise and what I love to do. I appreciate the platform, and it's just inspiring. People inspire me so much. People think that I inspire them, but I'm usually getting inspired through others.
It's like iron sharpens iron, huh? Like I feel inspired, and then you feel inspired, and we all inspire. So it's a win-win situation here, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's a win-win. I love win.
Well, good. So, I'm just going to allow you to be our mentor this evening, because, like I said, iron sharpens iron. You're wonderful. I met you through social media. You have a lot of things going on, and you have a business called Social Media Investors. And if you could just, kind of introduce yourself, tell a little bit about that, and what you're doing with your business, since social media is so big and it's forever changing every day. So
yeah, no problem. Well, Social Media Investors was something that I thought about back in 2000. It was around 2011, 2012. And, I was really just kind of at the beginning of really starting to see like the power of social media and how it can help businesses. So this was like before the whole Ty Lopez craze phenomenon and stuff like that. I started using social media back in like around 2008, 2009. I feel like I grew up with it, but I was just using it recreational, using it just to, check in with friends. I think I found my first girlfriend on MySpace, so social media was new. It was new to me, it was always new to me. By the time I got to college, it was like 2008. And, I'm just like, okay, social media. So it was growing more and more. And I did my first few internships, and I saw businesses really treating it very seriously. And that was just like, oh, wow. I'm like, hey, maybe this is a career field or a career opportunity. And so, my passion for people, my passion for technology, it just kind of grew with social media as it was growing. And, I kind of see it and started SMI as the human behavior or the human interaction that kind of makes it all make sense, because we're on social media a lot, but, people aren't just clicks, people aren't just likes, they're real people. So, I try and focus on human interaction and helping business owners typically understand what it means, what human interaction means in today's era as it relates to social media. So it's something that, it's still new as far as businesses getting used to being on social media. Businesses are still, getting more familiar with just being on Facebook all day. Like a lot of my clients, like Jim. Hey, what's up, Jim? Jim, traditional small business owners, real business owners that run their businesses. And it's hard to be on social media every single day. It's hard to, touch bases and communicate with their customers. So I thought like, how can I create a platform that creates or eliminates the space or the gap between people, social media, and then their business, where business owners need to be communicating constantly to build a relationship with their customers. They need to be interacting with them constantly, having conversations with them, or learning about their customers on social media. So that's what our agency is about, and that's what we focus on
Oh,
mostly.
yeah. Okay. So social media investors. So you would come in as someone that could help somebody understand their brand and business online, or how it works, or build their audience, or build their business. Could you tell us like what your role is for them, as you would come in and help them, with their business?
Yeah, no, absolutely. My role is really to help someone find their customers on social media
Okay.
and interact with their customers on social media. So my role is really like when I come in, I'm not the marketer that, has the magic sauce or, will teach all the fancy language and the magic. When I come in, my job is to really focus on the real, organic, and authenticness of social media. So, like
Mm-hmm.
for instance, I talk to clients sometimes or potential clients, and they come to me and they're like, "Oh, well, what are you going to do different on social media?" Or, how's social media going to help me? And I ask them, "Well, how many followers do you have, or how many people are in your audience?" And a lot of times they don't know. And if they know, they'll tell me straight, like, "Oh, I have 1,000 or I have 10,000 followers." And
Mm-hmm.
then if I ask them, the next question I ask them is, "Well, how many of them do you actually know, and how many are actually real?"
Mm-hmm.
Um, because people, for some reason, have, kind of misused their judgment when it comes to social media. And what I mean by that is, they'll spend time buying followers, or they'll try and buy their engagement, or just add a bunch of fake people,
Mm-hmm.
or add adding strangers. And then the next thing you know, you're marketing to these people that you don't know, you don't have a relationship with, you don't know anything about, you've
Mm-hmm.
never even spent an hour with them. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, if you don't at least get to know someone, spend like an hour having a conversation and just interact with them as human beings, how can you expect, how can a traditional business or business owner expect, for a consumer to purchase your product when, we're in a digital society where everyone has a smartphone, everyone's on social media. So
Yeah.
to separate yourself I just feel like you should really interact with the people that you want to do business with, and you want them to get to know you authentically. And then we come in and we actually track all of the engagement,
Yeah.
all of the interaction between you and your core audience. The more connected you are, the more interactions, the more money you're going to make, because people are going to trust you more. People are going to, see you more. It's a whole lot. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Are you there?
Does that kind of
It froze up a
yeah,
little bit.
does that answer your question? Okay. Does that for the most part, does that make sense a little bit?
Yes. Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So
Jim Weaver, one of your clients or friends, he's saying it works. He just made a comment that it does work. So,
appreciate
you know, he's he's telling us that it does work. And let's see, can you share a little bit about how social media is changing the way people are conducting business and creating, their brands? A lot of people, a lot of young, we have our millennials, we have they're on the move, they're creating brands, and it's not, they're not just idle no more and sitting by. Can you uh, elaborate a little bit on the business aspects of social media and how people are really taking social media to the next level? I know you talked a little bit about it, but people are really doing good things on social media. It's not just for entertainment, like you said.
right. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the practical answer is social media is a faster way for you to be able to communicate with a lot of people, and you can communicate with a lot of people indirectly.
Mm-hmm.
You can communicate directly. So the people that are probably most likely having a lot of success on social media, they're really good at creating great content, content that it's not just about selling a product or, sending people to a website, but content that people can actually relate to,
Mm-hmm.
um, content that people can actually resonate, a vulnerable moment or types of things work. And then also authenticity and transparency. If you're able to really show your lifestyle, authority lifestyle branding is huge. People like to see the reward. People like to see the reward from the results you're getting in your business. And
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
a lot of the times, like I've had clients that didn't want to promote their business through their personal page, or use their personal brands because they were afraid, like what their families or what their friends might think, and things like that. So I think that the most successful marketers today are really transparent.
Mm-hmm.
They're using their day, like how they handle their day, to create content, like on the day
Wow.
to day.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of business owners don't think like, okay, well, I'm with this customer, or I'm in my office, or I'm doing, XYZ, handling the daily operations of the business. Maybe this is an opportunity I can create some photos or create some images, or shoot a quick video, for people to kind of see me in the work environment, but also see me having fun and just, being transparent about my business, what it's like for me to run my business on a day-to-day basis and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it's not really about algorithm. It's not really about like trying to compete with the algorithm. You're trying to figure out like how to outsmart the algorithm. A lot of it is just learning how to actually do what the algorithms want you to do and how you can comply, so that way you can reach more people. And while you're reaching more people, you want to actually connect with them. You want to actually build these relationships.
Yeah.
Take a moment out of like take a moment out of your day to not just post, but go
Say
look
hi.
at the post.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at the post on your timeline or on your wall and actually engage and interact with other people. And you start noticing the relationships just growing and growing.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's great, Trenton. So with that, you do have a wonderful friendship base. I haven't gone through all your friendships, but the friendships that you were able to allow me to share with you, or to ask, to request friendship, they're just really some dynamic people. They're movers and shakers. They're doing their thing, but can you expound a little bit on that? Like you said, your friendship list could be just totally clogged like mine is. I used to just add, thinking that not for quantity, but I always felt that if anything that I could say positive that somebody might need to hear, that was my rationale for adding so many people. But like you said, it's clogged, and like you can't really make connections, good authentic connections and stuff. So can you expound on that a little bit,
Yeah.
about how to gain your great connections that you have, and you do interact with your friends. You interact with me as well, even if it's a comment on one of my posts, or telling me thank you, Tony. It's very, very authentic. It's not superficial like a lot of people are on social media, being superficial today. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally. That's a good point. I think part of it, like for me, is I genuinely love people.
mhm.
So like, if you don't really, like I said, for me, I really like people. If you don't really like people as a business, or you're not like genuinely interested or open to learning about diversity and different
Yeah.
cultures and different experiences, different people. So like all of these things motivate me because I know that, I'm only who I am, and I've
Mm-hmm.
only experienced, a small fraction of the world. So my approach on life or my outlook is just I naturally love people because people are beautiful. They represent life,
Mm-hmm.
creation, things like that. So it takes the pressure off of connecting with someone just to talk to them about a business opportunity.
Yeah.
Or that pressure needs to be removed because you don't want to come off as fake. You don't want to come off like, as I'm only having a conversation with you because I'm gonna try and make some money.
Yeah.
You don't want to make people feel like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, the relationships that I've cultivated over the years have come from me trying to add value or receiving value. And it's been a relationship of reciprocity, and the interactions and the engagements back and forth have been consistent that way. It's been consistent over time. And so social media has kind of helped speed that up.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I've gotten a lot of clients on social media before, and we've been friends on social media for maybe like a year
Uh-huh.
or 2 years, and they become a client eventually. But the whole time there's been a certain amount of interactions between us that resulted into some form of trust. The conversion doesn't necessarily have to be a sale. The conversion can be trust. It can be rapport, and just
Mm-hmm.
continuing to have a conversation with someone is really where the currency is at. If someone is continuing to have a conversation back and forth, that's a sign that there's some real connectivity there, and that's what keeps it going.
Yeah. That is so true. Wow. That's great because, like I said, a lot of people are not really connecting. They're just, strolling by and making their post or, so like you said, it's really great to use this as a tool for you, for your business, for your friendships, to really be authentic. Authenticity is not popular, you know. It's kind of like you have so much superficial stuff going on that people choose to be superficial and not real or genuine or authentic. So thank you so much for being authentic.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was just with my partner yesterday,
Hmm.
and we were actually talking about that. Like we were talking about like how people are afraid of the human interaction on social media.
Yeah.
Like people are inboxing people, within 5 minutes of meeting, and they're just like, I'm gonna send you a link. I'm gonna send you access to this training, and it's like, holy like, dude, like we just met. Like, slow
Hmm.
down. Like, you don't even know how my day was going. You don't know anything about me. But you're sending me an invitation to a business opportunity. And for
Yeah.
me, I grew up, and it's like for me, most people don't realize, but I grew up around people a lot older than me.
Hmm.
So, I already know and understand like people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
And business owners don't normally buy anything on the first day because
Hmm.
they need to
Hmm.
evaluate their numbers, they need to evaluate their business, things like that. So it just makes sense to build a relationship that's going to work in your favor, where you're giving value, you're opening up an opportunity to receive some value, and you're keeping the communication open and building rapport. Every time you communicate with the person that you want to do business with,
Okay.
and you got to have some patience. You got to have patience.
Yeah. Trust. That's what Terry Glenn was talking about. Building that trust. Or a lot of people don't trust each other. They don't trust. The trust is totally, everything is iffy, or what do you want, or what are you trying to get from me? So, like you said, being authentic and building that trust. And we have a long way to go with authenticity today. um, but let me
It's
see. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say it should be natural. It's nothing to prepare for. Sometimes you just gotta wear your heart on your sleeve and just
Yeah.
just go with the flow. Do what
Yeah.
feels right.
Even if you get rejected, huh? Rejection. Rejection is
You gotta
one
get
of my
rejected.
problems.
Rejection is awesome. That's how you get better.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. Yeah, so also can you expound on how you got to where you are today? I know one of our conversations you were saying you had to let go of some, negative relationships in your life. A lot of times we feel like we have to, be God to somebody, or, let people who have toxicity, toxic, you know, personalities maybe, or, just not really wanting to go or climb to your levels of life. Can you share a little bit about how you got to where you are today?
Yeah. Well, the first thing that I had to do was I had to really feel I had to step outside of my own thinking,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to go and find mentors and coaches that blessed me with their time and blessed me with their mentorship. That was the first thing, was really for me to get out of my own head, get
Mm-hmm.
out of my own thinking. As entrepreneurs, I feel like everything is usually, as an entrepreneur, you usually have like all these ideas, and you're the only one you're the only one consulting with yourself, or like you're the only
Mm-hmm.
one making the decisions on if you should do this or if you should do that. So the biggest thing for me was getting a coach, getting a mentor. I worked with a mentor last year, and his name's Damon Diamore, and
Mm-hmm.
he's really successful, and he really helped me out a lot. Just as far as like planning, setting goals, and
Mm-hmm.
after that, I realized, I'm gonna attract the energy that I put out there in the universe is what I'm gonna attract and what's gonna come back my way. So I
Mm-hmm.
just had to, just watch my surroundings and just try and stay away from negative people or relationships that maybe we're just content with each other, we're just dealing with each other. Get rid of
Yeah.
all those relationships. There's just not harmony. There's no harmony if we're not working in perfect harmony to contribute to each other's life or be positive enforces in each other's lives. Then I just try and remove myself from those types of environments, really, because it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't serve you. I'm
Right.
trying to I'm trying to build something long term, something that
Gonna
is going to
last.
sustain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to build something that's going to last a lifetime. So I don't really want to be around people that aren't thinking like that. They're only living, for today. They're not living for their futures.
Yeah.
So
Big
I think
ups,
that helped me
man.
out a lot.
That's great. That's great. So also, Trenton, I see you online. I see you doing lives. I see you doing different topics, different conversations. You're not just about your brand or your business. You're tapping into other people's, lives. You're tapping into other people's ideas. I think last night you were on with one of your friends and she was talking about burnout, which is a very important topic, and I caught it, and everything she was saying and you guys were saying was just so right on point. And I was just like, you probably saw me doing a lot of loves, a lot of likes, and I just wanted you to expound on, do your friends ask you to come on live, or do you guys set sessions? Maybe just little inspiring sessions that you guys, I see you always on with someone that you guys are pretty much inspiring one another.
Yeah, typically it kind of happens organically. Like maybe I talk to someone that I've been communicating with or interacting with on social media for some time, and maybe it's mutually beneficial for us to hop on a live just like we're doing now,
Mm-hmm.
get to know each other, and then kind of like, create some synergy between our audiences. It kind of happens, organically. I don't really plan it. I try and do at least one live a week just to kind
Mm-hmm.
of, get out of my comfort zone, because last year I wasn't doing lives, and I didn't really want to be on camera and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I've been using 2018 to just say, hey, I want to do more lives, be on camera more,
Be
and
authentic.
do something different. Yeah, so it's a new year, it's a new me, and I'm trying to stick to that. So I try and do one interview like this at least once a week,
Mm-hmm.
just for
Thank you,
kind of,
man. Thank you.
I love it. No, thank you for setting this up. This is awesome. And, each one I'm just trying to get better, and, just trying to stay out of my comfort zone. I don't like being comfortable.
Yeah, me too, Trent. This is what I'm doing, and I do not like this. I am not one to be on a camera and doing Facebook Live. So I'm doing the same thing you're doing, stepping out of my comfort zone, taking that chance, expounding, growing, developing, being nurtured, trying to, connect, like you say, trying to be authentic and just build some wonderful relationships, so, and it's going great. Once you take that one step, you will see that, your fruits are there, or whatever you want is there, or like it said, when the student, what is that, when the teacher shows up when the student is ready, or so, or but it's
When the
wonderful
students,
to be able
okay.
to connect, for these purposes, these platforms. So I'm
Yeah, it
not
makes
gonna.
it so much easier.
Go ahead.
It's so much easier, social media. You can stay at home. You look like you're at home, and look at
Yep.
us now.
Yep, I'm at home. I just decided to get a couple of lights around here, and get a little desk, and just like you say, we want to do something different, because we can get on social media, we could troll, and we can stroll, and just use it for entertainment purposes. But I see too, because I always wanted mentors in my life, not realizing my mom and dad was my number one mentor, but I would see other people being mentored or going walking. I worked for the government for a while, and I would see some of the ladies go down to their mentor, and I'd be like, wow, why don't I have a mentor? So, it's very fascinating to me, because all it takes is just someone to speak into, a person's life, whether it's a young person, or whether we're speaking, or whether I need your expertise, or you to, let me know that I am okay, or I am developed, being developed, or, and so I'm just trying my best to build something positive. I would love to turn it into a nonprofit organization. So this is a baby for me. It's brand new, and I'm just trying my best to, to show up. Show
Yeah.
up more than
No, you're
anything, because
doing
that's the
fine.
hardest part, is showing up.
You're crushing it. You're doing fine. And, we got to do this more. I'm super excited that you set this up. I feel like this was big for you too.
Yeah.
Um,
I see you guys on all the time. Akuchi, and I got to grab him too before he gets real big time on me. But, I mean, and he's young. I mean, you guys are young men, and you guys are doing it, and I'm just like, wow, you know what? I can't just sit back. And after I saw my sons, I've raised my sons. I have two granddaughters, but I'm like, okay, what do I do with myself now? I mean, I work, but what can I do for the community? Or like Obama and Michelle said, get involved, do something great for your community. This is a first. I mean, this is a start, but you just, like you say, just showing up and getting out there and doing it, instead of just sitting back watching everybody else do it.
yeah. And one of the things I say too is, what's up, Brad? What's up, Susan? Thanks for joining. But there also, I feel like, needs to be some sort of social responsibility for every business or every small business owner or
Yeah.
every business needs to attach their business to some type of
Hmm.
social responsibility. Like part of the reason why my company is called Social Media Investor, that name confuses a lot of people. And a lot of people are like, oh, he's an investor, oh, they're real estate.
Hmm.
But no, the reason why I named it Social Media Investors was because I had a thought in my head, like for me, I'm a millennial. I'm 28. I'm in this
Hmm.
era, this digital era, information digital era. So I saw social media as a whole, the industry as a whole, as a platform I was investing my life into. For to do everything, for news, for entertainment, for my friends, for me to stay up to date with my friends. There's so much going on in the world. Everybody's moving at different speeds. Everybody is so busy trying to make ends meet and do all these different things. So when I said social media investors, it was like I'm investing my life into social media.
Hmm.
So like you said, I can impact society or inspire others or be inspired, things like that. So most people get confused. They don't really know. Like they think it's an investment company or real estate investment stuff like that. I just laugh. Maybe I don't.
Hmm.
I don't want to change the name of the company. I don't want to change it. Maybe I will eventually, but that's what it comes. That's what it's about. So there's some social responsibility there, or that I have
Yeah.
to kind of remain focused on my mission and vision, which is to really help small businesses,
Yeah.
like the real small businesses, traditional small businesses, home-based businesses that actually need help, that are the backbone of our economy. I want to, at the end of the day, I put my prices and my margins and profits on the
Hmm.
line, just to support that specific group of people. I feel like it's my social responsibility for the knowledge I have and the resources I have as a millennial being in the digital age. I want to really, make an impact with that,
Hmm.
with this industry. So that's where the name of the company comes from. And I think that social responsibility just helps you stay authentic. It's going to help
Yeah.
you have a purpose. You're going to have some type of purpose behind
It sure is. And with connections like you as well. I see Susan Day on. You have some wonderful connections in your friend list. I might have to grab a couple of them for you, from you. But I would love to have them on as well. This is a platform for everyone. Teenagers, kids. Men, women. I didn't want to just target one audience or so. I wanted it to be for everyone. So if you know of anyone who might want to talk about their story or, be able to share, please, let me know. You can inbox me. Susan Day, big ups to Susan Day. You see Susan Day on?
Shout out Susan Davis. Shout out Raphael. And please, I would love for any of my friends connect with Tony. She is amazing. And it'd be amazing to see you do these interviews with anyone in my audience or
I would
whoever
love to.
connects. Um, it's amazing. I love doing these lives, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you
It's a
so
blessing.
much, Trenton. I just have one more question for you. If you would speak to your younger self, what would you tell him? Last question.
Um, if I could speak to my younger self, I would say just get started. Like get
Hmm.
started ASAP. Don't
Don't procrastinate.
stop thinking.
Yeah.
Don't procrastinate. Like, young people, I was listening to Eric Thomas, and Eric Thomas talks about how young people, we have that, it's something in us that makes us feel like, okay, well, I can do it tomorrow, or, I got time.
Yeah, I got
And
time.
then you just keep saying, I got time. I'm young, I got time. And then year after year, it's like, damn it, I'm 28. It's
Yep.
like, I started saying I got time at 21. I look up, it's 20, I'm 28. Like, oh my
Yep.
God. So, there's no time. You don't have any time.
Yeah.
Um,
Forget it, huh?
Yeah.
Get it while you can.
I tell my young self to go after it immediately. Don't second guess. Don't think about it. Go, just go.
Immediately. That's a good one.
Immediately, ASAP. Go,
Immediately,
flee,
yes.
shoot.
I tell you, man. Yeah, you do. Because when I tell you time, whoop, you know, my sons were little babies and now they're like grown men now. And I'm like, whoa, you know, it does. Time slaps you right in your face. You know, it could be on your side or it could be against you too. So, you know, but thank you so much for
Yep.
I'm so glad you came on. I know you're busy and I know you know, you have to juggle a lot, but thank you for taking your time. And we're going to do this again. And yes, please tell your friends, your social media partners, if they do want to come on, just inbox me. And also, how do they get in touch with you, Mr. Trenton Samuels? Is it best on Messenger or, you know?
It's best on Messenger. I love Messenger. I'm a big fan of it, especially because if I like to connect with people before we actually accept each other on Facebook. So I like for us to kind of have some type of chat.
Yeah.
You know, and Messenger is the platform for that. And then if we chat and we really are authentic, then, you know, we can be friends on
Right.
Facebook and actually be friends. You know,
Yeah.
we can't
If not,
we can't skip any steps.
if not, Trent's gone.
I don't want any looky-loos. I want real people. No looky-loos, no nosy people. If you really
Yeah.
want to be friends with me, hit me up. I'm a real human. I won't bite you. Don't worry about me selling you anything.
Right.
I don't care if you want to buy me or not. I'm just real. I'm a real human. So,
Yes, you
you
are.
know, I have to do everybody like that. So I love it. And yeah, just hit me up on Messenger at Trenton Samuel. Twitter, everything is Trenton Samuel straight across. So no problem.
Okay. Okay, you hear that?
But
At
thank
Trenton
you, Tony,
Samuels.
and thank you so much.
Thank you, my
And
dear.
let people know how hopefully some of my friends will connect you as well. And
Yes, sir.
we'll have to do this again. This was amazing.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm so honored, and just keep doing what you're doing, and keep connecting, and keep achieving and expounding and growing and all the above. Because you guys are wonderful. Thank you so much. Here.
I love it. Thank you. And it always
All right.
helps when you have people like you and great friends that I don't have a choice. I got great people like you in my life that inspire me. So we're here to support
That's
each
right,
other.
baby. Iron sharpens iron, honey. We gotta get these swords together. So, but thank you so much, Trenton. I will look forward to staying in touch and just inspiring one another here.
You got it. Till next time.
All right, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you for this session. It was wonderful. Thank you. God bless. Bye.
God bless. Talk to you guys soon.
Good night. God bless. All right, sweetie. Thank you.